season, I was so fortunate to be asked to help decorate a space in a local historic home that has a meet and greet with Santa Claus each year. And the fun thing about the space is that it's not something that people have to live in. It's just something that people get to enjoy. So I was able to get a little bit more creative, bring in some things that I wouldn't necessarily use in my own house. I was thrilled that a local, I guess you would call them an antique store, Black Rock Galleries, they partnered with me and they lent me some of their furniture. And then the rest I just had to DIY and pull together. I only had a few days to bring this space together, and I made those retro wall hangings. There's a tutorial on my blog, so I'll try to share a link in the description of this video. I made a bunch of pom-poms that I hung on the tree. I stumbled across a tree topper online that had this really colorful retro vibe, and it was pom-poms and tassels, and I figured that was something that I could pull off without a lot of time to spare. And then I also made those garlands that you see there around the window. They're made of paper and felt, and again, they took a couple of hours and they cost nothing. I was able to make a last-minute trip to the flea market, so I picked up that plaid blanket that brings in some of the colors that I was using, those pinks and that mint. And that paint by number also was a nice addition from the flea market. But I did have a lot of these things in my stash. I grabbed some things at places like Michael's when they had their 70% off sale. And the Zelda machine was just a fun addition that my kids didn't understand. They didn't know why that had anything to do with Christmas, but I explained that the grown-ups would love it, and I just thought that was sort of an interesting touch, especially for a space that is right outside Santa's room where the kids were meeting him. The whole space took, like I said, a couple days to pull together, a few hours to install. It was just a delight to style. I had such a nice time sort of thinking about what colors I could use. I love the chance to decorate another Christmas tree. And again, because I wasn't worried about my children running all over the place, I could do things like, you know, fill lots of glass vessels with those LED micro lights. I could bring in this sweet vignette underneath the lucite table. I love the idea of wrapping the presents with the yarn to match the Christmas tree. I grabbed that retro light up Santa Claus from the flea market, and I don't think I realized when I was styling it, but there is sort of an old-fashioned vintage vibe to this whole space, and it was just one of those things that kind of crept up on me, but I love it. I love the colorful take on Christmas decor. The DIYs that I made were super simple and meant that this wasn't really an expensive space to worry about at all, and it was such a nice chance for me just to enjoy decorating this holiday season. So I hope you enjoyed looking around. I hope if you were in town that you enjoyed seeing this in person, and I wish all of you guys a very, very happy holiday. I wish my house was as decorated as this little space in Santa's house was, but we are just happy to be together as a family. So happy holidays, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and have a great day.